All right, heat number one. We'll see Josh Roberts and Scott Whiteman on the front row. Chris Standridge, Matt Armbruster on the second row. Brett Carroll, John Quill on the third row. John Bennett and Leo Giacondo rounding out the field. Mikey Mixter saying that's not the real 77, but it is John Quill, so. And Michael, I think you're right about the pit overalls. White pit overalls after Labor Day definitely is a fashion faux pas. I'll double check. I have 4 daughters and one of them's here. I can double check to make sure, but I'm pretty sure you're right about that. She's looking at me like I'm lost my mind and I'm a crazy person. So, yeah, whatever. All right, coming around to complete their second pace lap, getting ready for the green flag to drop. Multiple leagues represented here. A full field here tonight. 18 cars will go into the feature. They're going to start sorting out who right about now. Green flag in the air. Josh Roberts, Scott Whiteman, and Chris Standridge down to the bottom, already going for second. Now, Chris Standridge and Scott Whiteman are the leaders of their respective leagues. Standridge coming forward, Whiteman going backwards. Chris almost gets into Josh Roberts. Brett Carroll in third. Matt Armbruster in fourth. Scott Whiteman has drifted all the way back to fifth, trying to make something happen up on the high side. Meanwhile, this battle for the lead is not letting up. Chris Standridge down on the bottom pulls away just a little bit out of turn 2. Hey, Kurt, how's it going, my man? Chris Standridge now to the lead with 3 laps to go. Just set the fastest lap of the night. Coming down to get 2 to go. Scott Whiteman has drifted all the way back into 7th place right now. Not sure. I've seen Scott race dirt before, and it's unusual to see that man going backwards. White flag is in the air. Looks like the Fun League might take the leaders or the leader of the Fun League is going to take the first heat out of turn 4. Chris Standridge wins the first heat. Josh Roberts second, Brett Carroll third, Matt Armbruster fourth, then John Bennett, John Quill, Scott Whiteman, and Leo Giacondo rounding out the field. All right, heat number 2. We will see Nicholas Ireland and Lucas Piper up front, Andrew Thornton and Preston Roberts on the second row, Jason Coffey, Corey Goodall on the third row, and Joey Smith rounding out the field. Everybody gets rolling early. As we mentioned, 21 cars in the field, and apparently the 305 race later at Kokomo will have an even bigger field. Now this race, they will trim it down. Sounds like there will be a B main race to trim down to 18 drivers for the feature. Kurt, I agree. It is going to be a great race, and yeah, a lot of great dirt guys out here. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. Nicholas Ireland gets a good jump on the field. Andrew Thornton, Lucas Piper up on the high side is going to clear into second, and here comes Corey Goodall. Corey had a big run out of turn 2. Couldn't capitalize on it. He's got something going now. And looks like we've got a car blinking. I think it's Preston Roberts. Someone up there by Preston was having some connection problems. Andrew Thornton currently in third place. Lucas Piper in second is starting to run down Nicholas Ireland, but Nicholas just set the fastest lap, even beating Chris Standridge's fast lap by quite a bit. Ireland still in the lead. Piper in second. Thornton in third. Roberts fourth. Corey Goodall fifth as they get 2 to go. Nicholas Ireland open up a very small gap. Joseph Smith trying to make something happen back there in the 07. Or I'm sorry, that's Jason Coffey getting by Joey Smith. White flag in the air. Lucas Piper really sent it through 1 and 2, but it is not going to be... No, wait a minute. He sends it into 3 really hard. Makes it stick. Not enough. Nicholas Ireland wins heat number 2. Lucas Piper is second. Andrew Thornton third. Preston Roberts fourth. Corey Goodall is fifth. Jason Coffey and Joey Smith rounding out the field. Heat number 3. Roger Smith, Chad Biesinger on the front row. Michael Hartman, Doug Tyre Norton on the second row. Wayne Bridges and Edmund Jones on the third row. Brad Whiteman rounding out the field. We'll have to watch Edmund Jones closely. Not sure when the last time he drove a car this size was. Make sure you comment. Let us know who you're cheering for tonight. Let us know which league you're here supporting. Heck, just let us know what's for dessert and if you deliver. All right, Chad Biesinger and Roger Smith going to lead them down. Roger Smith in the 5, Biesinger in the 23. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. Just noticed that Biesinger, that is a new paint scheme for him this week as well. Roger Smith clears. Now Michael Hartman battling for second place. And here comes Doug Tyre Norton. Doug Norton looking for third. Up the middle, he is going to clear into third. Now here comes Wayne Bridges. You heard Chris Standridge say, hey, these are 2 of the guys to watch. They may not pull off a win during the whole Winter National season this week, but these are 2 guys that are always up in podium position and could pull off the championship, just inconsistency. Roger Smith right now out front ahead of Michael Hartman. And a big gap, 1.5 seconds. Here comes Wayne Bridges now up to third. Oh, we've got some chaos. Biesinger's in the wall. It looked like the Brad Whiteman might have got into him just a little bit. Meanwhile, Roger Smith lead now 1.7 seconds as he gets the white flag. Michael Hartman in second. Wayne Bridges in third. Brad Whiteman in fourth. Edmund Jones is fifth. Edmund and Doug Norton battling it out. And Roger Smith comes out of turn 4 and gets the win. Michael Hartman finishes second. Wayne Bridges is third. Doug Norton fourth. Chad Biesinger is fifth. Edmund Jones and Brad Whiteman round out the field. All right, looks like we've got a B main to go to settle who is moving on. John Bennett, Corey Goodall will start up front, followed by Biesinger and John Quill. Jason Coffey and Edmund Jones on the third row. Scott Whiteman, Joseph Smith on the fourth row. Brad Whiteman and Leo Giacondo rounding out the top 10. Look like Scott Whiteman, who started up on the front row in heat number 1, drifted all the way to the back. Brad Whiteman had an incident on the last lap of heat number 3, so he'll be starting at the back. They've got a lot of ground to make up. 21 cars were registered when qualifying started. I think we might have picked up a couple of extra, and only 18 can make it in. So at least The back three drivers, at least, will be eliminated after this B main. Corey Goodall and John Bennett up at the front. Biesinger and John Quill on the second row. Edmund Jones, the owner-operator of the Jones BS Racing League back there, used to driving much smaller cars like 34 Legends. I'm not sure he can handle a car this big with this much power, but you never know. And, of course, Scott Whiteman, owner of Sterling Sim Racing, problems in heat number 1, looking to make it up here. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air. Side by side into, oh my God! John Bennett was literally on the wall, scraping the wall. He has not saved that car yet. Now he's got it back under control. Corey Goodall slips by to the lead. Here comes Chad Biesinger. Looks like John Bennett might be having connection problems again tonight. Jason Coffey now in 4th. Edmund Jones in 5th. John Quill 6th. And Scott Whiteman in 7th. As of right now, Scott Whiteman is the last one to make it into the feature. Meanwhile, Corey Goodall up front is pulling away just a little bit. John Bennett gains on him a little bit, then briefly disappears. Biesinger in 3rd. Edmund Jones has found his way to 4th. The 07 of Coffee ended up in the wall through 1 and 2. And a lot of cars leaning on each other all of a sudden here. Scott Whiteman now up to 6th. Brad Whiteman in 7th. White flag is in the air for Corey Goodall. John Bennett still hanging on to 2nd. Chad Biesinger in 3rd. Edmund Jones in 4th. And Corey Goodall wins the B main. And the 3 eliminated look like Joey Smith, Jason Coffey, and Leo Giacondo will not advance. We'll double check that here in just a moment when they grid for the feature, but I do believe those 3 drivers will not advance. No, it looks like I am correct. Those 3 drivers not advancing. Russell Worth saying the 77 is going to win. That is John Quill. There is a 77 in every race, and I think Russell predicts that to be the winner every race. But they have a better chance when they're in a Chevy. Just saying. And warm up just about done. 20 seconds left to go. A lot of drivers did not take to the track during warm up. All right, it is time for the main event here. Lucas Piper and Josh Roberts will start up front. Roger Smith, Nicholas Ireland on the second row. Chris Standridge, Michael Hartman on the third row. Brett Carroll and Andrew Thornton on the fourth row. Wayne Bridges, Matt Armbruster rounding out the top 10. Preston Roberts, Doug Tyre Norton, 11th and 12th. 13th will be Corey Goodall, John Bennett in 14th. Chad Biesinger in 15th. Edmund Jones 16th. John Quill 17th. And Brad Whiteman in 18th. And remember, these guys are racing league against league and driver against driver for the championship this week. One more lap to green, 30 laps around here. Then they take the 305s and go to Kokomo. Still more racing to come tonight. Pace truck is in. Green flag is in the air there, down and away. Everybody know. Oh, we've got a spin out of 1 and 2. Caution is out. Several cars involved. Looked like it might have started with Brett Carroll. Brett Carroll in the 999 right behind Chris Standridge. Looks like the car just snapped loose. Wayne Bridges was there. The 14 was there. Corey Goodall gets caught in it as well. Looks like Corey Goodall and Brett Carroll got the worst of it. Looks like some of these guys just got into the slick completely wrong. End up going around. Matt Armbruster also had an issue. I'm not sure what happened with him, but he is on pit road now. Don't even have a replay of what happened to Matt, so we'll have to... Meanwhile, we get the 1 to green. 18 cars on a 3/8 mile track does make for some exciting, close racing and occasionally a bit of chaos. But given the skill of the drivers out here, there is no doubt that this thing is going to have a long green flag run that separates everybody out. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. They're down and away. Josh Roberts in the lead, but it looked like Ireland right behind him almost got a really good start and got the nose under him. Before turn 1, they're wrecking behind. They get straightened out. No caution. Everybody's going, but several cars check up mid-pack. Meanwhile, Josh Roberts and Lucas Piper go at it. Roger Smith back there in third. Chris Standridge in fourth. Andrew Thornton in fifth. Michael Hartman in sixth. And it looks like Andrew Thornton's connection is in and out just a little bit here. Caution is out. It looks like the 77 of John Quill is involved. Through 1 and 2. Oh, Corey Goodall, they get together out of turn 2. Almost had it saved there. Great try on the part of John Quill. That was really close to having... Oh, no. As they slow down for the pace truck, John Quill trying to get it turned around and out of the way, but... Josh Roberts has the lead. Lucas Piper in second. Roger Smith third. Chris Standridge fourth. Andrew Thornton in fifth. Uh, Pace truck is in. Sean, I'll have to look the answer up to that in just a minute. I didn't write it down. Green flag back in the air. Josh Roberts out to the front. Roger Smith up top is about to get run down. Roger Smith down on the bottom. Lucas Piper on the high side, though. Chris Standridge now up to third. Sorry, a lot of these drivers in different paint schemes and numbers this week, making things a bit confusing at times. Standridge almost takes the back off the 5 car, but manages to make it work. Meanwhile, mid-pack is a mess. Doug Tyre Norton trying to find his way through right behind a 3-wide situation as Wayne Bridges comes out in the 7 of Brad Whiteman pulling ahead. Josh Roberts continues to lead. Roger Smith in second. Chris Standridge in third. Andrew Thornton in fourth, but not for long. Michael Hartman trying to make something happen there, as is Nicholas Ireland. And Preston Roberts is right there as well. Lucas Piper has drifted back quite a few spots since the start of this race, trying to get something going and make his way back forward. Josh Roberts and Roger Smith up front, nose to tail. Chris Standridge has lost a lot of ground. He is now 1.4 seconds back. But this group behind him is gaining on him. Led by Michael Hartman, then Nicholas Ireland, and Lucas Piper, with Preston Roberts and Andrew Thornton in the group. And as we approach halfway, we're about to have a battle for the lead. Roger Smith keeps looking down to the bottom. Track really starting to slick off now. Caution! Looks like the 31 of Andrew Thornton involved this time. Sends it off into one. Oh, Doug Norton. The 31 was just so much slower, and Doug Norton, one of the drivers to watch that we talked about during pre-race, just that much faster through the slick and couldn't get it stopped before he got to Andrew. Yes, Sean, it will be. Everybody stacking back up for the restart. Josh Roberts and Roger Smith continue to battle. Pace truck is in. Green flag back in the air. Roger Smith trying to get a... Oh, he is trying to force Roger down to the bottom. Oh, big hit. They're wrecking up at the front. Half the field is caught up in this one. Caution was already coming out for another incident behind. Gonna try and see if we can see what the heck happened there. Oh, looks like there was an incident on the restart. Several cars get collected, and then there was the incident. Seeing if we can find the incident with Roger Smith. They get through 1 and 2, door banging all the way through. Then the 42 just loses the back end, gets into the 5-5, somehow manages to hold on to it, and chaos ensues behind. As we get ready to go back to green flag racing, Josh Roberts still in the lead. Roger Smith still to the outside. Pace truck is in, green flag back in the air. Roger Smith has the nose ahead. And, a little bit of bump. Here comes Chris Standridge. A little bit of bumping back there, too. Oh, Chris Standridge just got yeeted. They're 4 wide out of 2. There's a car flipping. Caution is finally out. Oh, there's another car. That's Chad Biesinger. There's cars on their sides. I know I saw Edmund Jones involved in one incident. Oh, Edmund just gets into the 77. Just sent it a little too hard. There's Brett Carroll right behind him. Brett Carroll got turned. John Quill in the 77. We saw him get turned as well. Chad Biesinger down there on the bottom as guys trying to save it. I think Biesinger might have got the worst of this. Let's look at Michael Hartman. Hartman just bouncing off the 10 car, nowhere to go. And then going around, and Andrew Thornton finds him. Wayne Bridges finds him. And a lot of chaos, a lot of cars on pit road right now. Green flag back in the air already. So many incidents, we couldn't get to all of them. Roger Smith back in the lead. Chris Standridge in second, Josh Roberts in third. Lucas Piper, despite being involved in every incident on track so far, and every incident on every track everywhere in the world tonight, apparently, is managing to fight his way back up into the top 5. Preston Roberts back in 6th, starting to make some headway. Brad Whiteman, who started dead last, is now up into 7th, up 11 spots in the 7 car. Roger Smith's lead now 1.3 seconds over Chris Standridge. Chris barely holding off Josh Roberts. Josh to the high side. Chris down on the bottom. And it looks like Josh might clear him out of turn 4. He's got the momentum advantage up on the high side. Out of turn 4, it is Josh Roberts back to second. Chris Standridge to third. Here comes Lucas Piper looking on the high side. Preston Roberts is with him, and Brad Whiteman now up to 6th place. Brad Whiteman working on 5th now. How far forward can Brad Whiteman get in this race? Currently running in 5th place. It'll be 4 laps to go for Roger Smith. Josh Roberts in second. Chris Standridge in third. Lucas Piper in fourth. Preston Roberts now in fifth. Still having to hold off Brad Whiteman in sixth. Nicholas Ireland back in 7th place. Roger Smith still has the lead with 2 to go. He's going to come around and take the white flag. He's got a 3 1/4 second lead over Josh Roberts. Lucas Piper currently in third. That third is not settled yet, but what a comeback for Piper. White flag is in the air for Roger Smith. Meanwhile, the battle for third, it looks like it might go to Lucas Piper. Chris Standridge making one more run on the high side. And Roger Smith takes the win. Josh Roberts come home second. Lucas Piper takes third at the line. Barely. Chris Standridge comes fourth. Preston Roberts in fifth. Brad Whiteman has an epic move from 18th to finish 6th. Let's see how many of these drivers we can talk to. Hey, Lucas, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, I have to ask, man, is there any body panel on that car that does not have damage?
No, I don't think so. I got wrapped up in a couple pretty quick, but luckily was able to come back.
I got to tell you, I think you were involved in every incident at Lanier and every incident at every track in the U.S. tonight.
Any of them look like my fault?
No, but man, I don't know. That car was so banged up and you just kept moving forward. I don't know how the heck you did that.
Oh, a lot of throttle control and, practicing a lot.
Well, it obviously paid off. Starting the week off with a third place finish, nothing to complain about there.
Absolutely not. Thank you.
All right, man. Congrats. All right, let's see if Josh Roberts is available. Hey, Josh, this is Doug in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, man, it looked like you might have had something for the win early on. What happened?
I just got too slick, and I really couldn't find a line. Like I said, it's throttle play at that point, and it's just if you hit slick and you start going side to side, it's just try to catch the car before you lose it.
Yeah, and it looked like you had one of those incidents where it took you the whole track to catch it, but it was a pretty miraculous save.
Yeah. Thankfully, somebody further back wrecked and caused a caution because that should have been on me because I went in a little too deep and just lost the control of my car, and that's all it was.
Well, you still managed to hold on for a second place finish. A great way to start this event, man. Congrats.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get Roger Smith. I actually do not see Roger Smith available to talk to for an interview, and we've got a sprint race coming up in just a few minutes. So we will go get switched over to that, and Sean, it's on the Fun League's Facebook page. So stick around, don't go anywhere. We will have sprint car races here in just a few minutes. And it looks like Scott Whiteman is actually in Discord now, so we will get an opportunity to hear some smack talk from the Sterling League. Don't go anywhere.